Bueno, pues aquí estamos de nuevo. Vamos con la segunda parte de la misión legendaria de Ganyu. Mar de nubes, mar de humanos. Vale, y esta segunda parte es una secretaria en un mar de humanos. Bueno, pues nos hemos venido aquí justamente a este teletransporte y vamos para adelante con esta segunda parte de la misión legendaria.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu! We're almost there! You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right! Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
Bueno, pues vamos a llevar a Ganyu al puerto. Pasear por los muelles. Mira, carnecita. Un poquito de pollo de regalo. ¿A cuánto está? Bueno, pues está bastante lejos, así que vamos a coger el teletransporte este. Y nos ahorramos un paseito de... un ratito de pasear. Bueno, seguimos nuestro caminito amarillo. Y ya estamos llegando al puerto. No sé por qué la puñetera deja de correr al poco de acelerar. No se queda corriendo.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh, that's true. Ganyu seemed to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing documents. It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one I felt during my training in Juyun Karst, in fact.
Why, isn't it little Miss Ganyu? I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so terribly busy.
This old man called her Little Miss Ganyu.
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tien. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tien is a member of the Liyue Qixing, the Tianshu.
What? This grandpa is a member of the Qixing? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tien is too modest. He's been around for a long time.
Oh, little Miss Ganyu. Your kind words make me feel that my decades of hard work haven't been in vain.
Uncle Tien, a person of your standing should really stop calling me Little Miss Ganyu.
Oh, my apologies. It's not intentional, just a childhood habit of mine. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries... Oh, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know my daughter, Huixin. She seems to be a bit troubled recently.
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown up now and doesn't like to ask for my help. May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion? She just needs a bit of guidance.
With pleasure. Solving the Qixing's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then, to Yuhai Pavilion.
Bueno, pues vamos a ayudar al abuelito, que hay que ir a hablar con la nieta o quien sea. Joder, no está lejos. Venga, para otro teletransporte. Aquí arriba que está más cerquita. Desde aquí está bastante más cerquita. 100 metros, pero vamos a tener que dar un rodeo, porque eso es arriba. Mira, ya vamos a ver el pabellón por dentro, que siempre está cerrado, a ver si hay suerte y nos dejan verlo por dentro. Pero no, esta es la puerta. No nos va a dejar entrar.
Miss Ganyu, it's been too long. I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these chaotic times.
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I'm flattered, but aren't you exaggerating a little? I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yua High Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing tax records.
Uy, los registros
There are
oficiales.
obvious irregularities
Ah,
in
estas
the
las ha
tax
pillado
declarations
Hacienda.
of two stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their accounts, I can't seem to make any progress with my investigation. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way, then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares. In that case...
In that case... Ah! I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is... Bolai, isn't it?
Yes, you're right. Follow me, please.
Ah, hola, y que es un golfillo. Bueno, ya que están aquí las florecitas, vamos a aprovechar el viaje y las vamos a coger. Bola y golfillo que te han pillado. Vamos a verlo. Si no me equivoco, Bolayer, el de la puesta de la tienda de flores que estaba abajo. Si mal no recuerdo. Aquí está.
Aha! We meet again, traveler. And...
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yua High Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Tax records? Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully. Line by line and word by word. Ah, here, I found it! That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
Hay que ver los golfillos estos, que se van a poner verde el uno al otro. Qué chivatillo.
Documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't wait to watch him squirm.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice. He wouldn't be swayed by the likes of Dongsheng.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chingsa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Balai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence. That's the best way to show your gratitude.
I'm afraid I can't go to Chingsa Village.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your work. Leave the rest to us.
Oh, that's so considerate of you. Still, I'm sorry to trouble you like that.
Bueno, pues vamos a ir a la carpintería, que nos han dicho que está cerca de la aldea Chinsei, así que estará por aquí arriba. Vamos para arriba. Aquí, aldea Chintón. Bueno, pues nos vamos a venir aquí mismo. Y vamos a ir a buscar al carpintero. Acordaos, si os falta una recetita, vamos a preguntarle a esta, que esta nos da recetita. ¿Vale? Os lo enseño. Y aquí tenemos. Pues guava de chuogen. Mira, una receta nueva. Pues qué nombre más rarito tiene. Bueno, pues ya sabéis, aquí hay una nueva recetita, 5000 de mora. Vamos a revisarla. ¿Y qué tenemos por aquí? Vamos a comprarla. Y ya de paso vamos a comprar las comiditas estas, que siempre vienen bien. Vamos a ver la receta nueva. ¿Y dónde está? Que no la veo. Aquí la tenemos. Usar. Y si encontráramos una cocinilla, pues la podemos ver. No sé si encontraremos de camino a ver al otro una cocina. A un fueguecito o algo. Es que por aquí no hay ningún fuego, ni una cocinita, nada para poder enseñaros. Bueno, pues aquí lo tenemos al maestro Lu.
Welcome, welcome. How... I'm usually happy to take new apprentices.
Kingsa really is full of lonely old people.
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
I'm sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. You're from... Why would the Qixing care about an old...
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation.
Esta es la
Dongsheng
inspectora de
bought some
Hacienda.
furniture from you at the
Por lo
beginning of
menos.
the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can. But I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fanmu Carpenter's. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a warehouse west of here. But some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse. I tried to drive them away, but they just wouldn't leave. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be best to get it from the warehouse yourself. And while you're at it, you can teach those louts a lesson.
So that's what happened. I see.
I'll leave you to it then. I need to get back.
Bueno, pues parece que vamos a tener que ir a hacer el trabajo sucio al abuelito. A limpiarle el almacenito y coger las facturitas.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers.
Oh, Paimon sees them too. It's one of the
Con
Fatui.
Fatui.
They must be plotting something against Liyue.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has... We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider it my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Vamos, derrota al soldado, Fatui sospechoso. Yo creo que va a ser sencillito, si solo hay uno, va a ser una cosa rápida.
By royal decree.
No rest for the wicked. Retribution!
No, me ha querido congelar el bicho. Toma, un poquito de pajarito. Que te están las vallas, voy a coger nada más, y además no se cogen. A tomar viento el Fatui.
You scoundrels!
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No?
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Qingsa village?
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well, I was about to.
About to what?
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Qingsa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What could I be scheming anyway?
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries, that's all.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also feel that he's telling the truth.
Whoopsie!
I misjudged the situation and offended you. My apologies. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us Fatui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work. My intuition is not as accurate as it used to be.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's warehouse. Our goal is to get the invoice, after all.
Bueno, pues ahí los tenemos, los del almacén. Vamos, no son fatuis, son sencillitos. Un torito, varios hilichus de estos, como se llamen. Vamos a cargarnos primero al arquero, que es el que más por saco nos va a dar. Ya se ha metido el torito de por medio. Uy, al fin las tengo casi sin vida, no me he dado ni cuenta. ¡Ay! ¿Qué haces, Clee, tirando ahí? Vamos a darle un poquito de comidita a Fish, que no me he dado cuenta de que está pelada de vida. A ver si que no está ahí, que no me deja ni andar. Joder, que no me han dejado ni andar. He salido, bum, 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 bum. Este a volar, por pesado. ¿Dónde está el torito? Toma, cuestazo me ha pegado el torito. Toma, pajarito. Es un nivel bajo, no sé lo más que está saliendo. Ah, que allí hay otro escondido. Solo diciendo, ¿quién me está dando? Ya que hay otro. No, hay más. Porque de aquí sale fuego de otro lado. Ah, acá aparece una plantita también. Una plantita pesada ahí. Bueno, pues queda la plantita nada más. Ah, no, ahí viene más gente. Más pesado. Joder, la plantita se está poniendo muy pesada. ¿Y otro toro? Y este con escudo. Pues lo que iba a ser una cosa simple se está complicando un poco. Vamos a ir matando ya los pequeñitos por lo menos. Ya me está dando la planta otra vez. Joder, con la plantita. Vamos a volver a curar. Porque, vamos, la que nos ha dado la planta sí... Oh, no tengo nada para curar. Esto no me lo esperaba yo. que no tuviese nada de curación. Bueno, pues vamos a darle manzanita. Bueno, pero esto es para nada. Bueno, seguimos. Aquí entre tanta casita hay muchos obstáculos. ¿Dónde está? Joder, si es que no me deja la plantita. Pero esto que han aparecido nuevos. Aquí no me da tiempo, voy matando, van apareciendo más. A ver si me cargo ya la plantita. El torito va a ser más fácil. Sí, la plantita ha caído ya. Venga, torito, que ya solo quedas tú. A ti ahora te voy a dar la del pulpo. ¿Dónde estás? A ver si te rompo el escudo. Toma, un poquito más de leña. Toma, corre detrás de eso. Venga, torito. Toma bien tu torito. Bueno, pues vamos a encontrar las facturas. Pues había gente, parecía que iba poco y no ve la gente que había ahí. Vamos, dice que investiguemos por aquí. Bueno, compra y silla para el restaurante Wanmin. Esa no es. Vamos a ver, aquí brilla más. A ver, aquí no creo que esté, pero vamos a mirar. ¿Quieres subir? Aquí tampoco. Vamos a seguir buscando. Vamos a ver, por aquí. Esta es de la funeraria, tampoco es. Vamos a seguir buscando en la zona, que por aquí tiene que haber más facturas. Vamos, ¿qué tío me has dejado? Deja las facturas tiras por ahí. Aquí no se ven. ¿Estarán aquí al otro lado del puente? No, ahí nos salimos de la zona. Vamos a ver por detrás de la casa. Aquí tenemos un cofre. Vale, pues aquí es donde teníamos la factura. Estaba justo detrás de la casa. Aquí la tenéis. Bueno, pues vamos al lío y volvemos aquí a Liyue a hablar con la que nos ha mandado al otro lado.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Ah, Ms. Ganyu, you're back. I hope it wasn't too much trouble rushing about.
I promised to help you, and I'll keep my word. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between Second Life and Fanmu Carpenters.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we can solve this problem.
Agreed. How about we go to Second Life and have a...
Bueno, pues vamos a ir a la otra tienda a hablar con el dueño ahora que tenemos las pruebas y a ver lo que pasa. No, nos vamos a lanzar por aquí, por el barranquillo. Vamos, yo creo que con este vuelo casi llegamos. Mira, ahí tenéis más florecitas. Que ya que estamos, las vamos a coger. A ver qué nos cuenta este.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuehai Pavilion? I remember you. I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure of yourself. But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay in the end.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come? That's impossible. Absolutely absurd.
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fanmu Carpenters. I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more about this dirty laundry.
Bueno, aquí se van a sacar el pellejo el uno al otro. Ahora a ver qué nos cuenta este del otro y qué hay que hacer.
I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive, Ms. Ganyu. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position, that's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had. Thank you.
Ganyu solved both Huixin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious. It was nothing, really.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well. I appreciate your help.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat. Oh, come on. It's just a meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixin.
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while.
All right. We dare not refuse such generosity.